Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Black Butler, chapter 155. When we last left our heroes, Baron Heathfield returned to the manor, where Ran and Ran-Mao are investigating because they think they're getting real CL getting his blood from there, and so that's where they're at. And Ran did some investigating and found him having some kinky sex with some random maid. That's the thing that happened. It was really, really obscure, and it was like, I had going and I had assumed it was this big, big thing, and it really wasn't, but whatever. Anyway, let's jump. Also, when the chapter ended, she was grabbed by a mysterious assailant, so we'll find out more about that, I hope, this chapter, or we'll pull a Yana and just end up focusing on Real CL and the toy company, because that's where this series is at right now. Anyway, this cover picture gives me hope, because of Ran holding a candle. Chapter 155, The Butler Absent. The light won't reveal the dark side of the manor. And Ran, we open where we left off, with Ran grabbed by the silent assailant, who whispers in her ear, "Shh, it's me, Jane." Jane? So yeah, I guess Jane is the assailant. "Quiet, May. This way," and Jane kind of pulls her away as we hear the sound of whatever Baron Heathfield's up to in the other room. And Jane sits her down at a table, pours her some tea. "I said lights out at 10 p.m. I didn't sense her approaching at all." That's Mayrin's inner thoughts. "I'm sorry, I am. Well, I do understand why you were curious, but eavesdropping is bad manners." I didn't mean to. I just never imagined that a Baron and a maid would really..." And she flashes back to the Baron undoing the maid's corset. Interestingly enough, we have a speech bubble here that's cut off, mid-word. The "not be afraid" is all we can really make out there. She kind of trembles at the memory. "What the maids were talking about during the day is true. Master summons his favorite maid to his bedroom whenever he returns to the manor. So he's a ladies' man, he is. Every master really is different. He's not doing it merely for pleasure. Master is always searching. Is he seriously looking for potential wife candidates? To be precise, someone who can substitute for his wife." It was several years ago, when we cut to a carriage that collapsed off a mountain. Very first episode of JoJo right there. When Master lost his beloved wife and daughter in a carriage accident. Since then, he has been summoning his maids to his bedroom every night, searching for a woman who resembles his wife. That's why the manor continues to place adverts for maids. But the maids here have different hair colors, and they come from different races, they do. If the master is looking for a woman who resembles his wife, wouldn't it be better to limit the pool of candidates? So yeah, so it seems like Jane is trying to at least push on the reason they're always looking for new maids is because of Heathfield looking for a new wife. But that sounds kind of sketchy. Also, because as I pulled up a couple of months ago, Jane's been doing a lot of glaring. There is so much glaring going on in this little, I guess it's a mini arc? I don't know. So I'm a little skeptical of Jane. Yes, if he was simply looking for someone whose outward appearance is similar to her, but women can resemble his wife in other ways. Not only her looks, but her voice, her personality, compatibility in the bedroom, and the shape of her soul, and the like. Her soul? I told you, our master is slightly eccentric. Now that you understand, return to your room. Do not leave your room after 10 p.m. Though I won't stop you if you enjoy taking peeks at sex acts of others. I do not know! And then night falls, morning comes. Another maid left? Annie. She's one of the new maids. Did she earn Master's displeasure? Nobles throw away whatever they get bored with. They do that with everything. Nevertheless, I'd like Master to summon me once. I will say, this panel here, I'm on Comixology and it's not doing great with telling me page numbers. But this panel here that I was reading reminds me very much of the Shadow Girl plays from Utena. Both in the fact that they're in shadow and the frame around it is all very reminiscent of Utena. I don't imagine that's intentional. It's just kind of a thing that Yana did, but maybe it was. I don't know. And Mei Rin, who knows the truth, kind of looks down, upset, and Jane just kind of passes by stoically. And the head maid, whose name I don't remember, barges in. All of you, it's time for morning gathering. We cut the same thing that happened last month, as all the maids and butlers line up as Heathfield walks by. Good morning, master. Good morning. Let me have a good look at all of you. We have late breakfast whenever we have a morning gathering. I'm starving. And then, right as they say that, this kind of... Oh, they all kind of, like, check their cuffs in case Heathfield left them a little note. And they all look disappointed, except Ran-Mao. Ran, she kind of, like, tugs on Mayrin's sleeve. Ran, is something wrong, is it? And Mayrin looks shocked. And it's an invitation. Okay. Do you understand your mission, do you? We cut to sometime that night. Flirt with him and obtain as much information as you can. Or cleverly put him to sleep and look for clues. If the evidence is there, I'll punch the lecher. You should only do that when you're in real danger, you should. So Ran-Mao is ready to, like, fucking deck Heathfield. See you later. And Mei Rin is, like, left, like, stammering. She should be fine, she should. She is Mr. Lau's bodyguard, after all. And with that, morning comes. Ran-Mao hasn't returned yet. I should have gone with her. I was standing by here because Jane caught me peeping. And the door opens. Run! But it's Jane. Morning. Why haven't you changed yet? I told you we'd polish the chandelier in the vestibule first thing in the morning. Is something wrong? Ron, my sister, still hasn't returned. Ah, then Master liked her. He might not let go of her for several days. But don't worry. Your sister will be Baroness if Master really likes her. I can't believe Ran-Mao will quietly submit to her. What on earth has happened to her? To be continued. Alright, so once again, we're pretty much solely focused on the Heathfield Manor part. And it's approaching with all the slowness you've come to expect from modern-day Black Butler, which is frustrating, even if we do learn quite a bit this chapter. Again, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If Yana would just... I don't even care if Yana sacrifices the art a little bit. Have content in your chapter. How many pages are here? I think it's like 12 or so. Yeah, it's 15 pages this chapter. It's not a lot. You know, like a weekly manga has more content in a chapter than this monthly series does. And that's weird and not ideal. But that's a rant that could be had literally any time in the past, like, 3 years at this point. This is not a manga interested in advancing its plot anytime soon. We've been at this arc 3 years. That just hit me. Maybe even 4 years. I'm not quite sure. But, God, this is such a long arc. And it doesn't even feel like anything's happened. Or, it doesn't feel like 4 years worth of content has happened, at least. Anyway. Stop being distracted. What we do get is interesting. We do know that, supposedly Heathfield is looking for a new wife that resembles in personality his old wife. And it seems like that wife might be Ran-Mao. And honestly, that's kind of all we get this chapter. We don't know what exactly he's going to do with Ran-Mao now that he has her. Yeah, it's not a whole lot happening. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at that point where I was, like, midway through 2CT, where I'm just, like, I'm tired of this slow pacing, and I want something to happen. And I don't know if it will. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. I really want there to be something else to say, so that we didn't just spend a month and get basically barely any progression. I don't know. I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to leave me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!